Well, hello everybody. It's Wednesday. It's the 11th of March, 2026, and I have another interesting Latin American market find. A Mexican hot sauce that I found at a market here in Mount Vernon, Washington. It's going to be the second by this company that I have tried on the channel, and I am talking about Búfalo's Clásica Guajillo Liquida Mexican hot sauce. Guajillo peppers are a really nice pepper. Usually they're dehydrated, either dehydrated or smoked. Um, and there's another name for it when they're fresh, but the guajillo is the dehydrated version. But they're used in a lot of different Mexican dishes. They're used in mole sauces, but you don't see very often guajillo chile based hot sauces. That is rare. I don't think I've ever had just bought a plain, guajillo pepper hot sauce. Guajillo peppers are used in some Cholula sauces, I believe, and other Mexican hot sauces, but rarely are they just simply the primary pepper in a sauce. So I'm interested in this one. Guajillo peppers are nice. They are not a very hot pepper. They kind of taste like chili de arbol, but far milder. They have a sweetness and a smokiness to them. They're a very, just pleasant, savory, warming pepper. Have a beautiful, like, reddish brown color. Very nice pepper. And I'm excited. Now, my last experience with a buffalo sauce was not spectacular. I had Buffalo's red jalapeno sauce. I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was bad. I didn't find it very exciting, and I could taste preservatives in it. Which I'm really hoping will not happen with this one. Because yes, guajillos are a beautiful, nice, savory, sweet, smoky pepper, and I think they would make a really good hot sauce. So let's just read a little bit about this. I'm going to try it on its own. I'm going to try it over a plant-based chicken nugget, and we'll see what we've got going on here. Take the buffalo, sorry. I should not say buffalo, búfalo is the Spanish pronunciation. Are there buffalo in Mexico? I don't know. That's something I didn't bother to research before this. Because I find it interesting that there's a buffalo hot sauce coming out of Mexico, because I don't recall any reports of there being a large, substantial, or even existent population of buffalo or bison in Mexico. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Anyways, let's read a little bit about this. Take the Buffalo Mexican Hot Sauce Challenge and ignite any and all of your favorite snacks, appetizers, or entrees. Okay, so it's kind of presenting itself as an all-purpose sauce. I can see that. I know it's not going to be too hot. Might be a little bit of tingle of spice there, but it's probably just going to be nice, sweet, smoky, a little bit of heat. Yeah. And I'm sure it'll be nice on a chicken nugget. I don't know what that means. Take the Buffalo Mexican Hot Sauce Challenge. There's a Buffalo Mexican Hot Sauce Challenge. What is it? It doesn't tell me what to do to, it doesn't give me any rules of the challenge or anything like that. Anyways, so this has water, distilled vinegar, or acetic acid solution, guajillo pepper, puya pepper powder. Now, I know puyas are another pepper that's kind of similar to guajillos, but they have like a brighter red color. So maybe they just included the puya peppers for color to give it a more, vibrant red look. But I would have been fine with the rusty red, but whatever. Sugar contains 2% less of, oh, I'm not going to read all this, a bunch of preservatives, and then at the very end, there's garlic powder. All right, I'm hoping this doesn't taste like preservatives. There were a few preservatives in it. But hopefully the powerfully delightful flavor of the guajillo pepper will supersede any unpleasant preservative aftertaste. All right, let's try it on its own. Let's shake it first. Try it on its own. Very, very, oh, what a beautiful color. Now, I did see after those preservatives there is red food coloring in this, so they cheated a little bit, but it's still beautiful. Cheat or not, that's a lovely color. Okay. Mm. Immediately, that is far superior to the Buffalo jalapeno sauce. And no, I don't taste preservatives in that. I just taste goodness. I really like the texture. Nice, velvety, smooth texture. You know, it's not like globby with xanthan gum. It's just got the right amount of thickness. It's like I said, it's velvety, velvety smooth. Oh, I think this would go beautifully on a taco or burrito. Mm. Or a torta or tostada. Oh yeah. Oh, I can think of that. Tostadas are those. I believe I'm thinking of the right thing. The open-faced thing. We put refried beans, and then usually some kind of like a shredded meat, and then you top it with like chopped lettuce, chopped tomatoes, sour cream, cotija cheese, a squirt of this over a nice tostada would be lovely. And I could see adding it to a mole, of course. I am on the fence about moles. There's something I don't like about. First of all, I've just never gotten over the idea of using cocoa powder, which mole does, in a sauce for chicken. I just think it's strange. I've never had a mole that I liked, but if you made a mole in which you kind of de-emphasized the cocoa powder and emphasized the guajillo pepper, I might like it. Let's have another taste of it on its own, and then I'm going to try it over a nugget. Mmm. Not too salty. I don't know if there's vinegar in that. That has quite a bit of tang, but it's kind of a limey tang. No, it does say distilled vinegar or acetic acid solution. Yeah, so it's vinegar. But I don't know. It doesn't taste like cheap white vinegar, white distilled vinegar. It kind of does have like a limey flavor. I don't know how they were able to achieve that with just acetic acid, but it's nice. Nicely tangy, just the right amount of salt. Smoky and savory, but not too smoky and not too savory. Tiniest little tingle of heat, like I suspected there would be. Really, really nice texture, beautiful color. Um, it's a nice sauce. Really nice. I'm going to give it a 7.5 on its own. Really, really like that. Now let's try it over a Gardein plant-based nugget. Yeah, I don't like these too much, but it's what I have right now. I have to use them up. Then I will go back to my beloved Impossible chicken nuggets, which are better. They're the best plant-based chicken nuggets I've ever had. They're so good that they're better than chicken nuggets with actual chicken in them. That is how good Impossible spicy chicken nuggets are. The spicy ones, yeah. The regular ones, the plain ones, a little bit bland, but they get the texture just right, and they are so good to sample with hot sauces. Because they have this like neutrality of flavor, but really good texture. Love my Impossible spicy chicken nuggets and Impossible regular chicken nuggets. These, not so much. All right, but anyways, let's see how they do with the Búfalo Clásica Guajillo Liquida Mexican hot sauce. We could tell I just like saying that. I don't need to say it like 14 times, but I just like saying it. I did actually do very minimal, but I did a little bit of research before I started recording. I I looked up the pronunciation of Búfalo. I wanted to make sure I didn't get it right. I suspected it was Búfalo, but I have mangled and fucked up pronunciations of foreign words one too many times on this channel. All right, perhaps most famously calling ceviche. That was disgraceful and embarrassing. I don't apologize for referring to chorizo as chorizo. I just like saying it that way. Uh, Chicharron. I also yeah. It's mostly Spanish words that I screw up. So yeah, I think chicharrones was the funniest one because I believe it's chicharrones. I think that's the correct pronunciation. But I get a lot of flack for my mispronunciations of Spanish words. I wish somebody would just say, "Oh, that's so cute." You know, you're trying to pronounce these Spanish words and you just can't get it right. Oh, that's adorable. But no, people get genuinely like pissed and triggered. So I guess I need to put more work into making sure that I'm pronouncing these words correctly. So it is Búfalo, and it's very good over a nugget, by the way. Almost masks the lameness of the Gardein plant-based nugget. Yeah. All right. So in summation, this is a very, very nice sauce. It's not really a hot sauce. The spice level is about a 1. I mean, there's just not that much there. But it's a pepper lover's sauce. Okay? The Guajillo pepper flavor in there is prominent. It's not just, vinegar and salt with a hint of pepper in it. This is a peppery sauce. And for that, I love it. And I can see that this has incredible versatility. All right, I'm going to be using this on a lot, because I live in a town now that has almost 40% Hispanic population. There is Latin American food in as far as the eye can see in every direction. Okay, Mexican grocers, Mexican restaurants. I'm going to be using sauces like this very, very, very prominently. Okay, and this is a really good one. And I have to say, on a final note before I wrap this up, this was incredibly inexpensive. This was fewer than $2. I think it was $1.75 or something like that. Incredibly cheap. All right, most hot sauces you're gonna pay minimum. Like even for like a cheap generic, a generic hot sauce, you're usually gonna pay $5 minimum. This thing is really good, and it was only $1.75 or something along those lines. So it's a great deal. It's very tasty. It has incredible versatility. It's unintimidating. If you're kind of like starting to get into the pepper world, nice sauce. 7.5 out of 10. Good over nuggets and probably good over a host of other things. In fact, I just thought of another thing. I've got some chili in my freezer that I made a couple weeks ago, and there are a couple videos of me preparing it and then me trying it. Yeah, this would be great in a chili or, like a chicken tortilla soup or a pozole or, like Mexican soups. I'm seeing this being a great addition. All right, to give it, depth and smokiness. Lovely sauce. But I need to wrap this up now. I have talked for 13 and a half minutes, and I am tired. It is the middle of the night. I'm not going to tell you how late it is, but gotta go. Good sauce.